Okay, trade testing audio levels. Okay, trade testing audio levels. Alright, audio levels sound G-R-E-A-T, great! Alrighty. I think that we are good to go. I believe my desktop, alright, desktop audio for music is good. Alright. We should be good to rock and roll, gang. We should be good to rock and roll. I got a brand new router. Oh, man. Life is good. Alright. Alright, everyone. Hello and welcome. Welcome to some more Soul Calibur 6. And more of the Soul Chronicle via the story. So, we last left off, we did the main story, which is a lot about Keelik and the Kali Yuga and the Dapura Yuga. I believe that's how they were pronouncing it. And the story of controlling one's evil. Come to find out that Cervantes had Soul Edge, and, you know, made the world into darkness. So Phytia stopped Cervantes and destroyed half of Soul Edge instead of the other sword of Soul Edge, and was rescued by Taki, and Siegfried took up, and then Siegfried took up, and found the other Soul Edge and took it, and he became Nightmare. Hey, Lich, what's going on? Hope you're having a great day. So, that's where we left off. Keelik met with Maxi. Astaroth killed Keelik's crew while Maxi tried to defend him, but then Keelik turned evil. Then they met with Shanghua and also Mitsurugi, and then Keelik and Shanghua fought Taki, and that is where I believe we left off. So, gang, without further ado, now that I have a brand new wireless router, and would be great if you were home, but can't complain. God, I'm just so thankful to be home. Freaking work and its catastrophe. Alright, gang, let's go! More of the Chronicle. Let's do it. Alright, so the Chronicle of Souls number 16. Time for revenge. Let's go! The forest was littered with traps to ward off invaders. As the trio proceeding through the fallen trees, fate brought them to face with a giant axe-wielding warrior. Right, okay, so Gro told them where, the Osmindern Castle. Alright, let's go!
A damn trap. Well, isn't this just peachy?
So the reports were true. What sort of idiots try to enter a castle through the front?
Leave him to me. I've been looking forward to smacking down this freak.
So you came here to die?
Oh, Maxi versus Astaroth?
What's this?
It's Gro!
Are you here to help us?
This way. Hurry.
But what about Maxi?
I'm fine. Just go.
Impudent fools! You cannot escape me!
Oh, wow, smack
I'm
me.
your problem right now.
Bam, right in the face. Let's get him, Maxi.
I'll have revenge. For my family.
Putrid maggot, you're dead now.
Dude,
Battle 1.
that's wrong.
Fight.
Cool.
Take this.
Oh god.
Not bad.
Got him.
Not bad.
Got him. KO me. Teabag.
Battle 2.
Dude, you can teabag fast.
You're mine.
Oh god. Dude, the dive.
Fight down.
Oh god. Oh, I missed.
Fight down. Stay down. Say.
Woo! Got him. Teabag.
Die.
Cam. Everyone. This is for you.
Oh god. Dude, what was that move?
You're mine.
Shut up. You're not leaving here alive.
Baboosh. Got him. Coco punch.
Night night. Sleep tight.
Got him. You win.
Is it over? Oh,
No, Maxie.
talk about a poor loser. Everyone, Cam, this was for you.
No way did Maxie just die. No way. No freaking way. The Chronicles of Soul 17. No escape. Led by a man dressed in black, Keelik and Xianghua entered Osenburg Castle. The man walked without hesitation, as though intimately familiar with the layout and situation of the castle. No way did Maxie just die.
Get a hold of yourselves.
Her leg.
If you cannot fight, you will be left behind.
I'm fine. Don't underestimate me.
Where are we?
Sorry, but I have to attend to my mission now. The rest is up to you.
Thank you.
Oh, this is where Aswell was, right?
Xianghua, you should stay here.
Never. I can't turn away now after all we've been through. Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, we're going in. Let's go, lads. Oh, an actual, woo, a cutscene. I love it.
Fate has chosen you.
It's Nightmare.
Do you resist?
Because that is what it means to be human! I'll carve my own fate!
Epic. That is just so epic. I love it. Ha! All right, Keelik, let's do it.
Battle 1. Fight!
Versus Nightmare. Ah!
Accept your fate and serve me.
Fate is carved with your own hand.
Time to die!
Forgive me!
Oh god.
Soul Edge!
Oh!
Unleashed! Taste the sword of despair! Never shall you wake!
There is more at stake than my sanity!
Got him!
Take that!
Boosh!
I'll ruin you!
Go!
Come! I'll crush!
Battle 2. Fight!
Come on! I'll crush you! Shoot! Tonya! Down low! What? Come on!
Boosh! Oh god!
True evil!
See!
Oh god!
Parry! You
Got him!
cannot sway me!
Reversal edge! Boosh!
Ready? Take this!
Got him!
Scuttle away!
I will not scatter away! Boosh! Kill it, baby!
Fine sacrifice!
All I can do is this!
Oh god!
Take this! Over here! It goes beyond just me.
What?
Dude, that move is so cool!
Finally over?
Dude, Keelik looks awesome! Awesome. Alright, well, see ya, Nightmare. Hell's Inferno. The fallen Nightmare's armor lay fractured and damaged, and fire seeped through its fissures like liquid. And yet, as long as Soul Edge remained, the mission was far from complete. So...
Are you okay, Killick?
What? Oh!
What?
Look out!
Ah!
Ooh. It's time for another cutscene? Oh, heck yeah, if it is. I'm ready for it.
Mother, I am ready.
It's Soul
Battle
Calibur!
1. Fight!
Inferno! Oh, Inferno from
Show
2?
me the way.
Alright, time for some button spamming because I don't know how to be Shang-Hua!
Watch me as I carve my own fate.
Oh! Land 20 critical hits!
How's this? Watch over me, Mother.
Oh,
You-
wait, do I not get a soul charge?
You can't stop me. Just a little more and it's over.
Oh, wait, oh no, oh god, what a grab!
Hi, stop! Here. Yeah, take. Ready?
KO!
That was a weird one.
Battle 2.
God, how do you beat Shang-Hua? Oh, you're flying, that wasn't fair! Oh god! Oh, well, didn't guard that. Oh, right through the gut. Oh god.
Watch over me, Mother.
Boom!
You can't stop me. How's this? Take.
Oh. Oh. Okay, that's enough, please.
Watch over me, Mother.
I missed.
There! Hi! Hi! Oh, there, that was great! Thanks! Ready? It's all mine! Here goes another! Watch over me!
Here goes
Mother.
Boosh!
You can't stop me!
KO.
Beautiful.
I did it!
God, how? Why was that fight kind of sort of easy? Unless that was like scripted to be easy. Gallery Story 16, okay. The Chronicle Soul 19, A Battle with Destiny. Inferno let out a maddening scream of pain as Xianghua final blow struck true. The fight seemed to be over, but alas, it was not. Inferno possessed unimaginable strength that made Xianghua only too aware of the tension and exhaustion weighing her own body. Okay, so...
Is it over yet? Stubborn son of a... Ah!
Xianghua!
Killick?
It's okay.
It's okay, you say. Alright, Keelik, let's... Man.
Shanlin, give me strength!
Battle 1. Fight.
See! This is for my soul!
Oh, God!
See!
Oh, God!
Stay down! Battleground could have stopped this with my own hand! Stay down!
KO.
Got him! Boosh!
Come on! See!
Battle 2. Fight.
What the? What was that move? Oh, God. Oh, you caught me moving.
My path is clear!
Okay, that's enough, please. Oh. God in heaven. Oh, I'm getting destroyed. Stand back. Got him. God, this must have a lot of defense.
Battle 3. Fight.
That's the rust. Uh-oh.
Stay down! Stay down!
Oh, God. Oh, oh I missed.
Come on! I got it!
Oh, did I counter that? Incredible. Oh, he grabbed me.
Take this!
Boosh!
Come on!
I gotta end it in style. Okay, what a style. Poke. I'll take the poke.
Over.
I'll just take a quick poke to the face. Ooh, there goes Soul Edge. Love the area we were in. Ooh, you acquired character Inferno. Oh, jeez, I've acquired a lot. The Chronicle Soul 20. You carve your own fate. And with that, Soul Edge was no more. The subspace began to warp and crumble away. A torrent of power burst forth from the heart of Soul Edge, threatening to consume the injured Keelik and Shang-Hua.
Is it protecting me? But... The sword!
No! It's too dangerous! Xianglin.
Devapara Yuga. What a waste.
It's fine.
Oh.
Keelik, hold out your hand.
Huh? This is...
I just couldn't resist.
Shang-Hua, could you hold on to it for me?
What? But...
Please.
Okay. Thanks. I'll keep it safe.
Great.
The swords once again left their mark on history, and still the march of fate continues onward.
Oh! Wow! That it? Well, that's not technically it. I still gotta do the other characters, right? So that was just like the main campaign. Interesting. Dun, dun. Alright, I think I can I skip this? Nah. We'll just let it play out. Alright, so now I just gotta do the other characters. I wonder if I do the other characters part of the main, like, so the main story you played as Keelik. Interest, or like, it was basically Keelik's story. And I guess how Soul Calibur was, what came to be. So... I wonder if... did they keep it to where they were sisters? Xianghua and Xianglin? Da-da-da-da-da-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Alright, I apologize, folks. I gotta, like, take off this real quick. Alright, there we go. Oh. Alright, so that's not gonna be all of it. I still gotta do the I still gotta do the other stuff. Oh boy. Alright, so yeah, this is gonna probably be a long, I mean, it showed that, like, their bar was, like, very, very, very small. So, I guess we'll see what happens. But I guess in the meantime, sit back, gang, and enjoy the music. Yeah, my new router is like the best thing ever now, right now. I love it. I'm glad I was able to get it on clearance, like hyper clearance, so that's good news. Alright, so what I guess what I'll do now is that I'll start from the top and just work my way down of the characters. And see what yeah, because after this event, like Talum is like, you know, way beyond, and guess we'll see what happens there. And I unlocked Abyss. I guess Abyss was a playable character? Then again, it's just Nightmare, right? So now I guess we get to see, because if it is, I wonder how I should do this. I wonder if I should, like, go by character who, like, starts it first. Because apparently it starts with Cervantes, and, like, how he attained Soul Edge. So I'm thinking maybe I should start it off with, like the year route. Because Talum was, like, way beyond. So maybe she's, like, the aftermath of Soul Edge and Soul Calibur. So I think I'll just start, like, with characters via the year of what events took place. Do-do-do. Yeah, because I also want to find out if Geralt has a backstory of, like, why he's here. That's CD Projekt Red, yeah, with Geralt of Rivia. Because apparently all the DLC people also have a story, right? Yeah, and then, like, the people in Nier Automata. I wonder if they gave them full-blown voice acting for their story. Samurai Spirit, right, Samurai Showdown. Alright. Awesome. Developed by Bandai Namco. Produced by Bandai. Alright, so what all... Oh.
The legend will never die.
Ooh. Oh my god! What just happened? Where'd it go? There it is. You acquired Museum Gallery Story 2, acquired... Golly, like they just go so fast. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, and it looks like it keeps going on. Okay. So, with that being said, okay. So, right, so there's this, and it looks like he also has a mission afterwards. So, this whole thing begins in 1583, right? Okay, so it looks like Grow, like, begins way early. Okay. Aswell doesn't even have a story unless I unlock it via other ways, by other means. Alright, Ivy, of course. I can't even be Cervantes. Interesting. Why can I not be Cervantes? So Yoshimitsu, Raphael, Tira, Zasamel. Okay, so, oh yeah, so Talon's like way over here. What appears to be like 3 years after the events of Soul Calibur. Alright, so Zasamel, 1583, Geralt of Rivia, Her Perfect World, Hilde. Okay, and then... Alright. So, I guess I'll just start off with the people that are, like, way early in the world. Okay, so I can't be Cervantes. I can't be... Where's... Okay, so Sophitia is here. But, like, this is her task. Alright, so let's begin... Alright, let's just start off with Yoshimitsu. Amanji clans... Or, wait, should I do, So it looks like Hilde is a little bit... Okay, I'm gonna do Hilde first. Alright, let's do it. Cradle's Glow.
Wolf Krone. Wedged between the Kingdom of France and the Holy Roman Empire, this small European kingdom on the west bank of the Rhine traces its roots to its guardian beast, the wolf. Legend states that long ago, a mythic hero known as the Wolf wielded a holy spear and sword in defense of the land's people and established for them a nation, which now boasts a robust warrior tradition with soldiers widely renowned for their skill. Over their long and proud history, the people of Wolf Krone were at one point absorbed by another nation and split into multiple disparate houses, but nevertheless, their bloodline endured. By the end of the 14th century, Lord Philibert IV of Krone rose up with brilliant political savvy and formidable military might to re-establish an independent monarchy over which he ruled as king. Generations passed, and the year is now 1582. King George of Wolf Krone is hailed as the greatest monarch since Philibert. His elite retinue, known as the Silver Wolves, have made a name for themselves, fighting on countless battlefields. With a sword in one hand and a spear flying their banner in the other, the soldiers of Wolf Krone have spent centuries honing a unique fighting technique that honors their legendary founder, the Wolf. And now, a noble young wolf grips sword and spear with pride and honor, eyes burning bright, with a determination to lead the people of Wolf Krone into a new age.
Alright, I like the lore.
Chase my spear!
That's enough. Hilda, that strike to his flank was brilliant. Wilhelm's defense is impeccable, and yet you triumphed. You've reason to be proud. Your skill and dexterity rival that of the Silver Wolves themselves.
Any talent I have is only because you spared the time to instruct me, Father. And today's victory is due in part to Wilhelm purposely holding back. Isn't that right, Wilhelm?
Not in the least, lady. The battle was fair, your strength true.
Wonderful! Then this victory is mine to claim! Nevertheless, from your words and your expression, Father, there is still more I can improve. You praised my skill and dexterity. I take it you find my strength still lacking. A proposition, if I may. On the day that my physical strength, too, is worthy of a silver wolf, will you permit me to wield your royal spear and sword? Even if but for a moment. I have long thought...
Now, it is far too late to hide. Wouldn't you agree, Garibrand?
You seem in good humor today, my lord. Princess, Glenzenda Nova and Frischer Himmel are the weapons of the throne itself. You will bear them on the day you ascend the throne, regardless of your own wishes.
I already know that, old man. But that day is only slightly less than forever from now, is it not?
That it is, which is why you should forget about it and focus on the tasks in front of you. And right now, your immediate concerns are returning to the palace and learning your duties for the memorial service.
That's true, I must admit. I cannot bring dishonor upon our family.
True warriors think not of themselves, but of others. A fine attitude. Hilda, I shall teach you a good method of building strength during our next session.
Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, Father, Master Johann, my duties await.
Who in the world does that girl take after? My apologies, Johann. I mean, Sir Durer.
Johann is fine, my lord. Just like old times. Still, the princess improves at a rapid pace. I expected no less from the daughter of King George himself.
I confess, I do not know any other way to interact with her. Training her is my attempt to bond. Moreover, a great part of her skill is due to your superb instruction, Johann. Now then, Wilhelm, how long do you plan on napping in front of your teacher?
I am ready.
It is inexcusable for the man destined to be captain of the Silver Wolves to show hesitation in battle. I will not give you special treatment, son of my brother or not. I promised him that much.
Now, your majesty, you cannot blame the boy. I doubt it is easy to fight against the princess. Lord Wilhelm, do you remember what it says in Chapter 9 of The Path to Victory?
Of course, I can recite every word.
As studious as ever, I see. I wish I could say the same of my own sons. Now, take up your arms. It has been too long since I instructed you in the praxis of combat.
Awesome. Man, depth story. I love it. 1583 AD. Hilda II, the Looming Storm. John Dewar meets with King George in the Wolfram Palace. As an emissary for Rocheburg, Johann has come to ask for reinforcements for the battle about to break out nearby. This visit would be set in motion the beginning of dark times for the Kingdom of Wolfram. Oh, interesting.
I understand the situation. I swear by my honor, Wolf Krone will aid you in your time of need.
Well, in the name of Lord Eckhart and the people of Rauschburg, I offer you our sincerest thanks. This noble act will no doubt see the reputation of both Wolf Krone and its king shine ever brighter throughout the land.
Let us dispense with this stifling formality. How could I refuse the man who fought by my side in so many battles, and who is the teacher of my beloved daughter? Moreover, I hear that Lord Eckert is on friendly terms with the Margrave of Baden. The mutual friendship we build today will serve us well in future dealings with the Holy Roman Empire.
And when that day comes, the captain of the Rauschburg Knights will be at your side to offer my voice in your support.
Garibrand, once again, I will lead our forces in battle. You must stay behind and mind the castle in my absence. Wilhelm, you shall fulfill your duty as a soldier of the Krone family in the battle to come.
As you command, my lord.
As you command.
But my lord, next month is the memorial service. If the war is prolonged, the princess will have to attend it alone.
I'll be fine, old man. Father's victory, honor, and safe return will be the greatest comfort he can offer the departed. I'm sure it is what both Mother and the Prince would have wanted.
Do not worry. Assuming our foe's general is familiar with the proceedings of war, peace will return within the month. I will lead the Silver Wolves into battle and end this affair quickly.
It's been a month since Father and Wilhelm left for Rauschburg. And yet all I can do is sit here and pray for their safety. The night sky is bright? A pillar of light. What could it be? It's beautiful, and yet never have I felt such an ill omen. Great Wolf, ancestor of our people, please protect Father and the others.
Oh, interesting.
The pillar of light Hildegard von Krone witnessed that night pierced the heavens. It would later become known as the Evil Seed, an event that altered the destiny of the Wolf Krone kingdom forever. Malevolent beams of light rained down across the world, spreading misfortune and despair. One even found its way to the border of Wolf Krone. The light landed on the very spot that King George and his army were passing through on their way home from war.
No way.
What should I do? Why? Why would you do this to us, my lord?
Oh no, has he become infected? Oh no.
Impossible. Even the Silver Wolves cannot stand against him. No. It's that the Silver Wolves refuse to turn their blades upon him. What loyal member of the King's retinue would dare try to slay him with their own hand?
Lord Wilhelm, quickly, you must return to tell the castle. We will buy you time.
Above you! Watch out! No!
Jesus! A slaughter fest!
Frail. Why are men so... Fred?
Can I hold him? I'm dead.
It's Grow!
Outsiders must die!
Grow, keep your head. Don't kill him.
It's Curtis!
are you people?
Are you all right? My name's Curtis. I'm a friend. And that grumpy fellow over there is...
This is no time for small talk. Think of how to stop this guy.
First he leaps in to save someone without a thought, then makes me clean up his mess. Well, if Gro can't stop him... You, look me in the eye. You're surprisingly calm considering the circumstances. This blade is coated in an unguent that will put malfested, berserkers to sleep. We'll keep him distracted, you stab him with it. Got it?
Me? Stab the king? Curtis!
Sorry I took so long. I've got your back.
Can I really do this? To someone who is like a father to me?
Jesus. Oh, there's even more. So let me see what the timeline is saying now. Holy cow! Now Hilda's is like massive. Okay, I'm beginning to question like who I should have done first. Okay, so are blue just events? Huh. Okay, so definitely probably want to do Gro. Okay, so all these hidden stuff is probably what the main story is doing. Okay. Okay, so far, no word on Cervantes. Okay, so you can be Nightmare. Cannot be Siegfried. Okay. Alright, well, let's resume more of Hilde. Before the Twilight. Before the Twilight, King George succumbs to the madness of the evil seed and is captured with the help of the Able Organization. Other kingdoms fall prey to the evil seed as well, and reports flood in on the other Malfested scourge wreaking havoc across the world. Having lost its great king, the Wolf-Crone Kingdom is plunged into chaos and finds itself in the dire need of a new leader to serve as a beacon of hope.
That about sums it up. Any questions?
So these Malfested are inhuman creatures transformed by the malevolent energies of the cursed sword Soul Edge?
Yes, and the Aval organization has opposed them since time immemorial, often with the help of steadfast allies. There was a time in which we counted the men and women of Wolf-Crone among them.
He speaks truth. This has been a closely guarded secret, only revealed to the king and his closest advisors. The people of the Wolf have been sworn to battle Soul Edge since the time of our forebears. Lady Hilda, Lord Wilhelm, it is time we heard the truth. All of it.
Oh.
As you know, since the evil seed, people have transformed into Malfested and run rampant across the land. But this is merely the beginning.
At the center of this coming storm, we will find the wielder of Soul Edge. The Azure Knight. We've chased him this far.
Those cut by the Azure Knight's cursed blade will die if they are lucky, and turn into a Malfested if they are not. If he is not dealt with, the calamity he brings will engulf the world.
So you're saying my father was wounded by this blade, and is now one of these Malfested?
The Azure Knight is mighty indeed, but a man like King George could withstand his power. Likely the king suffered the touch of the evil seed itself. We have used medicines known to the Aval organization to put him to sleep for now, but eventually...
Speak plainly, Curtis. Your king has become an outsider. There is no known way to return him to what he was. We have only two choices. Kill him, or put him into an eternal slumber.
Grow! I apologize for my comrade's discourtesy. The truth is, under normal circumstances, we cannot allow the existence of even one Malfested. However, King George is a monarch, and he has been a vital ally to our organization. As such, it is our leader's wish that the matter of what to do with him be left to the next ruler of Wolfkrone.
When I saw the king, he was glorying in the slaughter. Noble, just man we knew. It was not him.
Wilhelm, that's enough. We have heard this already.
Oh. Chaos has come to this land. Without King George to support us, well, we will have to watch and wait for now, delaying our decision until peace returns.
If that is your wish, the Aval organization will do everything in its power to help.
That's not good enough.
Huh?
This is a decision of great significance, and there is no right answer. Regardless, it can only be made by the surrogate of the king acting on their own convictions.
That may be true. Still...
It's okay, Garibrand. This is my duty as Princess of Wolfkrone. Sir Curtis, Sir Grow, honored emissaries of the Aval organization. I speak to you as Regent of the King. He was a sagacious man who brought strength to our land and prosperity to our people. A kind man who taught me all I know of familial love. And so I stand here not just as the princess, but as his daughter, and ask you to spare the life of my father. The people will no doubt be uneasy with such a young ruler as myself ascending the throne. I ask for time. Time to prove I will be a queen of whom they can be proud.
If that resolve of yours is genuine, then very well. But I would decide on a deadline now if I were you. And when that time comes, we will do what must be done.
You have my sincerest thanks, Sir Grow. You and the Aval organization both. Listen well. I, Hildegard von Krone, hereby swear upon my honor and my name that we, the people of Wolfkrone, will fight by your side against the threat of the Malfested.
Okay, Hilda. All right. Hilde 4, A Glimmer of Hope. 5 years has passed since Hildegard von Krone became regent. The Azure Knight and his twisted legion of Malfested spread turmoil across the land. With the help of those around her, Hilde managed to maintain the stability of her country and her reign by fending off invasion by the evil forces.
5 years have passed since the baleful light wrought its calamity upon the kingdom. Years of war have forged Hilda into a strong and capable ruler. No longer a helpless princess, she has become a virtuous warrior and skilled general. The year is 1586, and the Azure Knight, evil lord of the Malfested, has been defeated by an unknown hero. Wolfkrone savors a fleeting moment of peace, but even with their leader's fall, the Azure Knight's vile servants remain. The surviving Malfested are still a clear threat, slowly eating away at the kingdom's strength.
No matter how many times I see the likes of this, I never grow used to it. I will not allow myself to. Not ever. Though ignoble pillage may be a natural part of war, this mindless slaughter is beyond the pale.
Lady Hilda. Lady Hilda, you've come to save us. Thank you. Thank you. Those brutish beasts, my sons. They were all... Please, I beg you, bring righteous justice down upon them.
Fear not. Your rage is my own. Your wrath now my burden. By the honor of the Crone family, I will see these malfested demons slain. Brutish beasts? Though that they may be, the malfested appear to be behaving differently as of late. They have been forming bands, organizing. Could this mean someone besides the Azure Knight is leading them?
Your Highness, the troops are in position and await your signal.
Excellent.
Oh ho ho. This is interesting.
Proud warriors of Wolf Crone, heed my words. My retinue and I will lead the assault into the thick of the forest. Archers, on my mark! Rain a torrent of missiles down to flush out any cowards hoping to ambush us. Cavalry, to the wings! Circle the fiends and cut off any means of escape. Center battalion, sharpen your fangs and await my orders. All units, advance! No mercy and no quarter for our treacherous foes. I expect courage and valor from every one of you.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, fight!
There must be a malfested acting as this army's heart, and I will cut it out!
Golly, this spear is amazing! Wow, destruction.
Fight!
Golly, what the world? What is Hilda?
Fight!
Are you their leader? I'm relieved to see you're not a bandit posing as a malfested. I smell no gunpowder. The cavalry will be more useful here than foot soldiers. Ready?
KO!
Now, order
Good
the center to
Lord.
advance! Surround them, and slay every last one!
Jeepers creepers. Hilda is like a freaking destruction.
Lady Hildegard, I am delighted at your safe return.
Garibrand, my gratitude as always for the warm welcome home. How fares the relief efforts for the region I spoke of in my last letter?
My lady, we have secured a place to unload supplies and are sending the first loads of grain as we speak. However, the endless battles have emptied our coffers. We will need support from nearby nations or another source of wealth if we are to maintain the army.
Noted. But remember, it is not just Malfested who would destroy us. Maintaining the strength of our army is essential. It provides income through mercenary work, and a threat to make potential invaders think twice.
I am aware, but the rising costs of our military have been a problem for many years now.
I would suppose the import of firearms is the primary burden on our treasury. That and the Silver Wolves, supposedly our country's most elite force, have been unimpressive of late.
Am I sensing dissatisfaction with our performance?
Lord Wilhelm, I'm glad you heard. As their commander, do you have any words to speak in the Silver Wolves' defense?
Not a whisper. Though, if I were to speak my mind, I would suggest to stop starting wars over one little village or two.
Wilhelm, watch your tongue. What have you done besides shirk your duty?
You think the royal family's duty is to stand on the front line and risk death? I would prefer that we do not rile our neighbors, nor give them cause to attack.
You dare insult Lady Hilda? If you and the Silver Wolves would fulfill your duties, she would not have to risk herself so.
My company is under the direct command of the king, not his regent. Perhaps if Lady Hildegard here could wield the sword and spear that symbolizes our nation's power, I would obey her orders.
Excuses. To think the man who claims to be our kingdom's greatest spearman is a coward.
Stand down, Gerhilda. Lord Wilhelm, while I appreciate your words of warning, the throne is nothing without its people. As regent, I cannot turn a blind eye towards our people's suffering.
As regent, is it? If you truly cared about our people, war is not all you would pursue. Sacrificing the greater good for a few meager lives is not a trade I think a worthy ruler would make. On the other hand, I despise this kingdom, so please, ruin it as you wish.
Jeez, what happened to him? So wait, that was 5 years? Hilde 5 and Moonlight on. So wait a minute, where am I now in the timeline? Holy cow! Jiminy Christmas, yeah, I'm like way gone. Okay, Hilda. Alright. So this is okay, so right. So I am now like, this is now after Soul Edge. Interesting. Okay. A heavy burden rests on the shoulders of the young queen as she returns from battle. Her people are exhausted. Threat from a neighboring kingdom looms large, and she struggles to maintain her military might. Perhaps if she could find within herself the valor benefiting a monarch, she could put her mind at ease. As pale blue light rises in the sky, the young woman makes her way to the Wolf King Monument, where she enters the restricted area and meets with a special summoner.
Father, how do you feel today? I managed to survive another battle. You still remember Mother's name. I'm glad. I brought you dinner tonight. Wurst and a small slice of Gugelhupf, Mother's favorite. Wilhelm was angry with me again today. He told me to take up Glen Sindanova and Frische Himmel and become queen. But as long as you live, Father, I've no wish to do so. I used to want to hold them more than anything else. I used to plead with you to let me touch them, even for a moment. Forgive me, Father. A ruler should not show weakness. I will return to see you soon.
Jesus. (1588). Hilda 6, where there's smoke. The war against the Malfested had settled for a time, but it once again turned ferocious. Hilda receives a visitor, a man seeking assistance from the woman who stands against the cursed sword's minions. This man, who leads a group of skilled fighters calling themselves the Hunters of the Evil Sword, is familiar to her.
Your Highness, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Please, do not call me that. I am Regent, nothing more. More to the point, it is hard to speak with such formalities on our tongues. Let us celebrate this joyous reunion. Don't you agree, Master Johann?
It seems we've both changed much over the years. You have grown into a remarkable woman, my lady. And I... Wolfkrone is a dear place to me in many ways. Today, I have come to fulfill a promise I made long ago to aid King George and this kingdom in its time of need. I lead the Hunters of the Evil Sword, a band of warriors I trained myself. Will you permit us to fight the Malfested by your side? As you saw, they are elite fighters, the equal of any veteran army company.
Ah, so those unfamiliar warriors outside are called the Hunters of the Evil Sword. Those great rents in your armor. What has become of you over the past few years?
I fear the tale will not be short, but I shall tell it.
In a slow voice that rings solemn with truth, Johann begins to tell his story. Roughly 5 years ago, from the day the evil seed fell on Wolfkrone, Rauschberg also felt the scourge of the Malfested. Captain Johann and his knights journeyed far and wide, eventually discovering a sliver of hope. The leader of the Malfested was known as the Azure Knight. If all the knights of Rauschberg fell upon him when he was alone. Thus did the knights throw away their honor and pride for a desperate fight to save their kingdom, and thus did they fail. With the exception of Johann, every last knight of Rauschberg died that day. The honor he had earned, the companions he had made, all of them gone. Among them were Johann's 2 sons, still mere youths.
Wow.
I had heard Rauschberg is in ruin. Travelers speak of it, saying bones and ash are all that remain.
Since that day, I have dedicated myself to revenge. I formed the Hunters of the Evil Sword, training each and every warrior for the sole purpose of destroying the nightmare that is Soul Edge. When I lost my sons, I bid farewell to the weak man I once was. This gash in my armor is from my battle with the Azure Knight. I leave it to remind me of my failure.
Sir Johann, I am moved by your tale. Lady Hilda.
Of course. Master Johann, I too know your pain.
Oh, then you will.
Wait one moment. Our kingdom's resources are scarce as it is. We cannot feed a crew of bandits that may not even be worth their salt on the battlefield.
What are you getting at?
Master Johann, I thank you for accepting this mock battle between your company and my Silver Wolves.
No need for thanks. I know how difficult it can be to outfit and maintain a professional army.
Lady Hildegard, I know how much you delight in battle. Why not spar with your old teacher?
Strange, Lord Wilhelm. That request is most unlike you. Regardless, I have taken an interest in the Hunters of the Evil Sword. Very well, I accept.
Oh, man. Okay. So, is he...
Fight!
Oh, this is just a hunter.
Take it! Fight me! Triumph! An opening! Is that all?
Got her. Got her.
Forgive me!
Boosh!
Take it! Triumph! Wide open! You give it up!
What the whoa was that? Good lord, that was terrifying.
Fight!
captured by its results.
Whoa, that was cool.
Wrong move!
The poke, baby! I'll take it. Hi, Hilda. Oh, she glowing.
Fight!
The last time we crossed swords was when I was but a child, wasn't it?
Let's see how much
Forgive
of my
me.
old lessons you remember. On your guard.
Take it! Can't be!
God, that was terrifying.
An opening! Triumph!
That was a bunch of button spamming if I ever saw it.
I slipped.
Now is my chance to... Wait, something's wrong.
Oh, you had a chance to defeat me, and yet you withdrew. Why?
I sensed you were luring me into that rocky defile. Had I followed, my spear would have been useless in the tight confines.
The princess I used to know would have leaped to defeat me, despite the unfavorable terrain. It seems you've learned my lessons well. Study the terrain if you want to live to fight again.
Still, it was your best chance to defeat him. Our style focuses on tenacity and defense over all else. But the truth is, one must have the courage to leap into danger to seize victory. That is why I could never defeat you when we were younger, right?
It seems you have watched me closely, Lord Wilhelm. So, how did the Hunters of the Evil Sword fare against your Silver Wolves?
They are Master Johann's students, of that there is no doubt. Individually, each is a better fighter than most of my Silver Wolves, though they are no match for me.
Anyone would fall short when compared to the Lightning Lance, Lord Wilhelm himself. Now, if you are satisfied with our performance, there is something I must tell you. I have information. Information regarding the Azure Knight.
Ooh.
The Azure Knight has once again appeared in Ostrheinsburg. If he regains his power and organizes an army of Malfested...
Our kingdom here on the banks of the Rhine will not be spared.
So he... Interesting.
Still, his power is yet incomplete, and his force is small. If we are to take Ostrheinsburg, there is no better time than now.
I need time to consider this. Come with me and tell me everything you know.
Interesting. Okay. (1588 AD), Hilde 7. Johann speaks of the Azure Knight's reappearance. Hilde know that if she is to save her kingdom from a dark fate, now is the time to strike. This would be the most difficult fight of her life. But spurred on by the howls of the kingdom's nameless beast echoing through the moonlit forest, Hilde heads for Brooklyn Monument. The stones bathe evening glow.
Nothing is permanent, is it? Master Johann, you, everything in this world changes. It is unavoidable, but I believe my heart is made up. If I survive this, I will return. Farewell.
I thought I'd find you here. You are easy to read. How pathetic. Unable to recognize even your own daughter, haunted by ghosts of your past? And you're no different, Hilda.
You may be right.
Soon, night will come to this kingdom. A dark and terrible thing, in the guise of the Azure Knight. If our people are to survive to see the dawn, the rightful ruler must assume the throne. Take up the sword and spear of our people, Hilda. You are worthy to wield them.
Glensindanova and Frisha Himmel are the symbols of the throne. As long as Father still lives, it is not my place to bear them.
The time to choose has come, Hilda. Or have you forgotten the promise you once made to Sir Grow? Besides, there is precedent. In times of crisis, the warrior best able to protect Wolfkrone has taken them in hand even before their coronation. If this is not a crisis, then what is?
Then it is you who are most suited to the task. Wilhelm the Lightning Lance, leader of the Silver Wolves. Your name is spoken of with awe far and wide.
Stop with this foolishness! I know your heart. I know the yearning you once felt for that spear and sword. That's why I cannot agree with this mad plan to assault Ostrheinsburg. On our border, instability rocks the Margrave of Baden. France schemes to expand their territory, siphoning away our forces for imperial interventions. Our problems are national in scope. As long as we remain without a leader to solve them, our kingdom has no future. Hilda, if you lack the resolve to do this, you should renounce your claim to the throne, for the good of the people.
Regarding the assault on Ostrheinsburg, I have a plan. But if something were to happen to me, I would ask that you lead Wolfkrone in my stead. I entrust this key and this seal into your hands.
I hate this kingdom. If you cannot steal your resolve, if you insist on remaining a mere regent, I will take the final step and do what must be done in your place.
Jesus. Alright, Hilda 8. Bridgehead at Dawn's Break. The plan to strike Osenberg proceeds smoothly. Many assemble at the Stoll's Dot to prepare for the battle with the Azure Knight, but Wilhelm does not show, having vanished since the argument at the monument. Despite this, Hilda resolves to press forward. Her forces now prepared for the fight ahead.
Your Highness, a question burns in my mind. Why do you insist on leaving the bulk of our forces at home?
There is something I must make certain of during this battle, but I cannot say more. I fear I am placing too great a burden upon you and the rest of my bodyguards.
We are your loyal shield, my lady. You need not worry about us. Still, I have never marched to war with so few. I know Master Johann and his hunters are fierce fighters, but is the danger not too great?
For this fight, the fewer the better.
Do you follow Lord Wilhelm's counsel and aim not to rile our neighbors?
That is part of it, yes.
I understand. We will follow you into the jaws of death itself, if need be.
Jeez. Alright.
We are almost at the Rhine. Our campaign fares well thus far.
Thanks to the Hunters of the Evil Sword. It is their presence that has ensured our safe passage, despite the harsh road.
Unlike knights, we are much lighter armed and better able to fight in close quarters.
All that is left is to secure a bridgehead on the... Oh. What's this?
Princess! I come with urgent news!
Garabrand? All forces, halt the advance!
What's happening now?
Garabrand had traveled by swift horse to deliver grim tidings from the capital. Wilhelm had seized Glanzenanova and Frischer Himmel, the symbols of Wolf Krone's throne. Worse, he and the Silver Wolves had fled the castle armed for battle, and none knew their destination. Garabrand lowered his voice as he delivered the final piece of news. King George had disappeared from his dungeon.
Lord Wilhelm has been behaving suspiciously for quite some time. Should we not consider the possibility that he is now our foe and ready ourselves for attack?
No, I refuse to accept that. However, it's true that there were bloodstains found in the king's cell. What could have happened?
If you cannot steel your resolve, if you insist on remaining a mere regent, I will take the final step and do what must be done in your place.
Oh my god,
We cannot afford to overlook any possibility, but it is still too early to pass judgment. Garabrand, return to the castle with all haste and continue to monitor the situation.
As you command. Farewell, Princess. May fortune favor you.
Whatever path we take, it would be suicide to stay here. I propose we leave sentries and move to a safe location to formulate our next plan.
Very well. We shall make for a fortress north of here. We will have to pass through the forest, but it is the quickest road.
As you command. Still, I worry about dividing our forces any more than they already are.
Fear not. Any troops we leave will rendezvous with us before long. We'll leave signs for them to follow.
A wise decision. Come, let us make haste before the sun sets, and we are engulfed in darkness.
Jeepers creepers. Hill Day 9, the Creeping Doubt. So how far am I in? Wow. Hill Day is like... Wow. I can't wait to do these other characters then. Yeah, Cassandra? Cassandra takes place during the whole Keelik thing. Wong is after it. And Setsuka is also after it. Good lord, man. Look at all this. I should probably start it like with somebody else. Oh, man. Taki. Might have to do Maxi. God, I bet Grow is just forever. Ivy, of course. Aswell. I can't be Aswell. Soul Mamina. Yeah, I can't wait to find out what she did. I should have done the special characters first. Wait, now that I notice it, 2B is not even in here. Wasn't Setsuka and Wong? So the only person that is here is Geralt of Rivia. No rest for the Witcher. Alright, sweet. Alright, let's go. Wilhelm's strange behavior, the disappearance of George, and other disconcerting information all began to cast an ominous shadow over Hilde's offensive. She and her band of soldiers make their way to the fortress, the sun quickly shifting its gaze from them. As night draws near, Wolfrone's best signal the others to meet them and venture into the forest.
Lady Hilda, have you finished marking our trail?
Yes, my apologies for the wait. The fortress is still some distance away. We must hurry.
I am in favor of haste. Night is the Malfested's realm.
My lady, the fortress is close now. Hmm? Sir Johann, what is the matter?
The time has come, my loyal hunters.
Sir Johann, we must hurry. Or is there a problem?
None. For this expedition will end here and now.
What?
And what is that supposed to mean?
Gerhilda, get back!
Let me teach you one last thing, girl who would have been queen. Those closest to you deserve your greatest suspicion, for trust is a weakness that will lead to your downfall.
Master Johann, share one more thing with your foolish pupil. The truth of that rent in your armor.
As I said, this gash serves to remind me of the day I said farewell to who I once was. The day the Azure Knight defeated me. The day the sons I loved and the friends I had died. That glorious day that I was blessed with this incredible power.
I had suspected something was amiss. The organized way in which the Malfested forces arrayed themselves seemed familiar to me.
Unsurprising. You were my most talented pupil, Princess. Your refusal to present an opening I could exploit troubled me greatly. That is why I was forced to step forth to deal with you personally. And now, our little talk is over. Come, hunters. Feast on their souls.
Here they come. Form a defensive circle. I shall take the offensive myself. Gerhilda, Ordlinda, Rosvisa, stay with me.
Jiminy Christmas. Wow, that escalated quickly. Alright, well. We can get him.
Fight! Malfested with mines. These are formidable foes. Triumph!
Freaking dead as knobs. Get out of here. Alright, this is gonna be a fight. This is gonna be a multiple part. If this is Hell Day and it's taking me nearly an hour and a half, yeesh.
You're skilled. You must have been a renowned warrior when you were still human.
Cervantes dual wielding here. Oh! The duck and the thrust!
Warriors of Wolf Krone, hold the line until reinforcements arrive.
And I win, baby.
You fight well for humans. I would expect no less from Wolf Krone's brightest.
We cannot hold the line alone much longer.
Sorry to disappoint you, but no aid will come. We erased those signs you left so carefully. We will kill your princess and open the way for our king, the Azure Knight, to plunge Wolf Krone into a sea of blood and darkness.
We must clear a path for Her Highness to escape, even if it should cost us our lives.
No, Gerhilda. That is not necessary. Isn't that right, Wilhelm?
Wilhelm to save the day.
Your Highness, your enthusiasm for battle is a constant thorn in our side. Why must you always make it so hard to catch up with you?
Why are the Silver Wolves here? We made sure to erase every sign she left.
This forest was mysteriously filled with carved markings that had been wiped out. I'm sure some overly clever person carved them specifically so that it would be obvious if they were tampered with.
I see. So you suspected us all along. You lured me into a trap.
Silver Wolves, forward! No mercy for the Malfested!
Wilhelm! I knew that you would reach us.
I noticed the Malfested had employed cunning tricks of late, and suspected a puppeteer was pulling their strings. When King George was taken, my suspicions turned to certainty. Still, using yourself as bait to lure the mastermind out. You are far too reckless.
And who was it who said that one must have the courage to leap into danger to seize victory?
You win, I yield.
Wonderful. Now, time to leap back into danger. Ha!
Very nicely done.
The Lightning Lads, the Silver Wolves. You are more formidable than I thought.
Johann Durer, servant of the Cursed Sword, your forces have lost. If you have any pride left, you will face me in battle.
A shame. I would have liked to take this prize along with me, but it seems I'll have to let him out here.
Let who out here?
It's unfortunate, but I must postpone our duel for another day.
Coward! You will not escape!
Watch out! Above you!
Oh my god, here we go.
Lady Hilda! I won't let you touch her!
Dear Hilda!
Oh man. Is it a battle? Nope. Hilda 10, with their backs to the dawn. Having defeated the evil forces commanded by Johann, Hilda and Wilhelm are now faced with an even greater threat. Hilda's own kinded father, the wise, heroic King George von Chronicle. The blade in his hand is now pointed squarely at the very people he once protected. It is wielded with the ferocity with the guard, and even the Silver will struggle to contend. To arms!
It's all I can do to fend off his blows. My sword arm will soon tire. At this rate... Wilhelm, report! What is the status of our forces?
Not good. Those unable to fight have withdrawn, and those remaining are struggling just to protect themselves. It is foolishness to engage in a battle of endurance against a Malfested. However, his corruption is our opportunity. I will stop him, just like I once did.
Ah, the sword that Crow gave.
My left arm is yours. However, go to sleep.
Wilhelm! How could you sacrifice your left arm? Your spear is our kingdom's pride.
The blade I stabbed him with is coated in an ointment that puts Malfested to sleep. As it takes effect, his movements will slow.
You were trying to spare Father's life, you noble fool. And I am the greater fool for refusing to give up on him.
I despised Wolf Krone, you know. I couldn't forgive it for forcing you to shoulder all its troubles, for never letting you truly live. But you never gave up. You never stopped fighting for Wolf Krone, or its people. In my eyes, you are the only one fit to lead our kingdom. Take them. You and no one else are worthy to bear their weight.
I will. But am I strong enough to wield them? I am unsure, and yet they feel strangely comfortable in my hands. It does not matter that you are my father. Anyone who would harm my people is my enemy. I am Hildegard von Krone, Regent of Wolf Krone, and in the name of the throne, George von Krone, I will defeat you!
Oh, Jiminy Christmas, alright. So what is he going to use?
Battle 1. Fight!
All I ever wanted was to surpass you. Even after you fell into madness, that desire lived on in my heart. Nevertheless, I cannot let the people suffer for my selfishness anymore.
Got him! Boosh! See ya! Evac!
Battle 2. Fight!
Triumph! An opening! Brought me
Got him!
joy to know you still remembered our family. Those happy memories still live inside you. Upon my life!
Oh my god, a German suplex! What is Hilda?
Battle 3. Fight!
The time has come for us to look to the future. I will defeat you, a mere ghost now of days long gone. Resolve is measured by its results. Yield! Say! Say! Ha! Yield!
Alright, I'll take that.
Hilda, is that you?
Father?
I could hear your voice through it all. I caused you so much suffering. You've grown strong. Strong enough to rule our people. Now, the time has come. You cannot allow me to bring any more misfortune upon our kingdom.
I understand. I must do my duty as Regent of Wolf Krone.
True warriors think not of themselves, but of others. Hilda, you don't have to do this. Sometimes, a queen is allowed to put her own feelings ahead of her responsibilities.
Wilhelm, I must be strong.
Ever since the day you became regent, we have done nothing for you. You have carried all the responsibility on your shoulders. So let me share your burden. Let me bear this weight.
Wilhelm, is that you? I'm sorry. Please, watch over Hildegard, my beloved daughter.
As you command.
Jesus. 1589 AD, Dawn's victory. Hilda's daring plan to use herself as a decoy works. She's able to find and defeat the leader of the Malfested, and as a result, the Malfested invasion is hindered temporarily. The wolf-prone soldiers regain their strength and regroup, but Hilda knows the fight is far from over. The young wolves of the kingdom stand ready for their fight ahead as a new era dawns.
Gerhilda, does the wound still pain you?
I received it defending you, Lady Hilda. It is not a wound, but a mark of pride. More importantly, you look majestic. The elegance of the silver wolf armor and the bright red glow of your hair form a stunning image, a passionate swirl of color amidst a noble and gallant form, not to mention...
That's enough, Gerhilda. This is not some dress meant to flatter the figure.
Of course, you would look dazzling in anything. I have a lovely lavender dress that...
I give up. To think the day would come that I would lead the Silver Wolves, a royal regiment of Wolf Krone's finest soldiers. You will not change your mind? You will leave Wolf Krone?
I will. My left arm will be useless for some time. And the Silver Wolves cannot be led by a man unable to fight, right? Besides, there are many ways I can aid our land from abroad. Thankfully, I have one already in mind. I'll experiment, see how best I can help.
I see. If that is how you feel, I will not try to stop you.
Then that's that. If you insist on remaining just a regent, there's little choice.
But know that I am grateful. Thank you for sparing my father's life.
No need for thanks. I had always wanted to disobey the king's direct orders, at least once. Moreover, the idea that Malfested can never regain their minds was proven wrong. It stands to reason there is a chance for recovery, right? Dawn will eventually come, and light will chase away the darkness. As long as you do not waver, the people will believe in you. And that includes me. Now then, farewell.
Just like that, he's gone.
My lady. You were thinking of Lord Wilhelm, weren't you?
What? Nonsense!
He has been quite active of late, I hear. Negotiations with the Holy Roman Empire, securing supply routes for our troops, searching for allies to help develop armaments, and even visiting with the Aval organization to search for ways to cure malfestation.
You are right. There are no words that can express the depth of my gratitude to Wilhelm.
He is your fiancé. Of course he is in your thoughts. I only wish both of you admitted your feelings earlier.
Garibrand, don't you start with... No more of this talk. Are the preparations complete?
Aww.
Yes, your majesty. Your vassals and generals are all present. Great crowds of people, too, have gathered in the hopes of laying eyes upon the one who will lead them.
You have done well. Now let us greet them. There is much I must speak of. New plans, new policies, and lingering threats.
Beautiful.
Soon, the darkness of the Azure Night will once again descend upon our land. But I am not afraid of the many hardships that are sure to come. My people believe in me, and I have but one course. I will lead them out of the darkness and into the light of dawn.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
Awesome. Wow. Holy cow. Barton Museum, Library. Golly. That is a lot of stuff in the library. Holy cow. Alright, well, Hilda is done. Not bad. Alright, not bad, Hilda. Alright, well, let's move on, gang. I think I want to start with, as much as I just want to do Talon. As much as I just want to just straight up do Talon. Alright, I don't think I want to do Talon quite yet. Gro sounds like he's just gonna have a lot to do. Okay. Wonder if I should actually just do, like, Keelan. Oh, so this is Edge Master's teachings. Oh, okay, so this is, like, during the main story. Got it. Okay, and then Xianghua. Xianghua is before she meets up with Keelan. A mother's swordplay. Interesting. Golly. Alright, well, who do I wanna go for? I kinda wanna say Somina, like, later on. Alright. Man, do I do Nightmare? There's, oh wait, no, I can't even do Siegfried. Lame. Yeah, I wonder where Baldo was in all this. Wow, Yoshimitsu is, like, way early. Alright, yeah, let's just do Yoshimitsu. The Manji clan's cruel fates. 1582 AD, Yoshimitsu 1. Manji clan's cruel fates. Let's go! Let's roll it up.
The Manji clan, a group of Japanese ninjas known for their unusual powers, maintained neutrality even as their country was embroiled in civil war. Fearing their strength and their defiance, the nation's chief warlord ordered every man, woman, and child be killed. However, one survived, Yoshimitsu, next in line to succeed the chief and a master swordsman. He single-handedly took on the warlord's army, dealing them a hard blow, but they eventually overwhelmed him, severing his right arm. Despite the countless pursuers sent after Yoshimitsu, he vanished without a trace. That is until one day, an agent for the warlord received word that Yoshimitsu had been sighted.
So his arm is mechanical.
It was in this vicinity, sir.
He lurks around here, you say? You're sure of that?
Yes, sir. He matches the description. He even had a mechanical arm.
So, he escaped deep into these mountains. Finally, good tidings for our lord. Huh?
He did not escape. He just wished to converse with you. Tonight, a demon runs wild.
What are you? Are you some kind of monster?
It has been a while since I've met such lowly dogs.
Is that really you, Yoshimitsu? Why do you look like that?
My hate for you all has transformed me into a demon. Now it is my turn to ask questions. They are about the soul edge you seek.
You will get nothing from me!
Ooh, Ooh, Yoshimitsu's searching for Soul Edge.
Battle 1. Fight!
This ninja guy is like just standing there. Got him. Did I just throw out a punch?
Quiet!
What in the world was that move?
Battle 2. Fight!
How is this?
Yoshimitsu boost! Got him!
How is this?
KO!
Good lord, why is this fight like 3 times? What in the world?
Battle 3. Fight!
Hold on! How is this? How is this?
Woohoo! Yoshimitsu!
How is this? How is this? Yoshimitsu! Shikizoku! Zako! Yate! No! Namu! Hold on! Quiet!
Oh jeez. Got him. See ya, dude. You win. I'll take it.
Gaze upon yourself in my blade and recall what you can about Soul Edge. But know this, you cannot lie to a Manji.
Manji? Mind reading?
So it is as the rumors say, Soul Edge is indeed an invincible sword. You appear to have searched for it far and wide, but now that task shall lie with me. And then, with that power, I shall teach you fiends the meaning of hell on earth.
Wow, so Yoshimitsu is like evil in this game. 1583 AD, Yoshimitsu 2, Rumors of Soul Edge. Hearing rumors of Soul Edge was to be sold at auction, Yoshimitsu headed to a Southeast Asia port. Once there, however, his plans to steal the sword were thwarted by a man wielding a strange weapon. Convinced there was some sort of a plot afoot, he paid a visit to the auction organizer.
Tell me what you know about that sword. Look at my blade.
The sword was a fake designed to draw out and kill my lady's competitors.
Enough. My, what a black day this has turned out to be.
So you are the one who spread the rumors. Tell me everything you know about the real Soul Edge.
What is this monstrous transformation? Deal with him at once!
Who's Lila? Alright, God, man, Yoshimitsu's battles are everywhere.
Fight!
I missed.
Yoshimitsu!
Just that what? How's this?
Oh god, I'm gonna throw it all the way right here.
What? Try again.
Be gone, you boosh! Oh, how many people do I have to fight here?
Fight!
Oh my god, my health is not. Good god, that was terrifying. Boosh!
KO!
Got him! One more? Alright, one more, let's do it.
Fight!
How's this? How's this?
Oh god, hello.
Behave.
What outfit is this?
Sword spit!
Gotcha, sorry, love boosh.
Ninja Sunflower! Deliver me your soul!
KO!
Got her.
Treasure, let me guide you to hell!
Where did Yoshimitsu go? Just, oh. That was funny.
That is everything I know. But it is all hearsay. Make of it what you will.
So the rumors multiply as one heads west?
If you doubt me, use that strange power of yours. By the way, are you having money troubles? If so, I have something that might interest you.
Do not be absurd. Even as a demon, I'd never strike a bargain with a scoundrel such as you. Get out of my sight.
Wow, oh man. But Lala, she was so pretty. You acquired museum library, Lala. The Color of Gallantry, Yoshimitsu 3. Yoshimitsu's pursuit of information relating to Soul Edge took him to the Ming Empire. He appeared there to be obsessed with the weapon, which called the Hero Sword. So much so, but the Emperor has dispatched an investigation unit in search for it. Rampant with violence and rebellious, the Empire was teetering on the edge of collapse. Perhaps this was the sword was so desperately sought after.
That looks like quite a burden, brother. How about taking a load off?
This is the sacred sutra of Buddha himself. A full heart fills not one's belly.
Buddha, you say? Ha! There are neither demons nor Buddhas in this world. If he's real, let's see him save your life right now!
Yo!
What the? Where'd you come from?
From hell!
That is funny. That is so funny.
Fight!
Hello, ruffian!
This is gonna
Oh,
hurt.
God.
Spry! Swipe!
Got him.
From dawn!
Oh, God, in the back.
What? What's this? Shikizoko! Zeski! What?
Wait, did I heal him? What was that?
Paradise! Await! Shikizoko! Zako!
KO!
The king, baby! One remaining, huh? Alright.
Fight!
Now, thank you.
Be gone!
Alright, here we go.
How's this? How about this? Be gone!
Strike bad and run.
Yoshimitsu! Ninja Sunflower!
Boosh, got him.
Deliver! Damn you! Your soul! What? Treasure!
Good lord, that was like weak. You win, baby. Alright, Yoshimitsu.
Thank you kindly for your help. Your swordsmanship and your kindness remind me of a hero from ancient tales.
Such nonsense. I merely took pity on one who willingly submits himself to death.
Many speak of great intentions, but few are those who act to save others. The feeling of commiseration is the beginning of humanity. You walk a noble path.
You know nothing of me. The path I walk is strewn with corpses.
Though you now walk a different path, your destination may remain the same. Shiki sokuze kukuso kuze shiki jusogyo shiki yakubu nyoze. I pray your deliverance from doubt is swift.
For Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu 4, Seeds of Courage. Once to the Ming Empire and continue west, Yoshimitsu stopped off a village in the Middle East to replenish his water supply. There, he heard of a group who enslaved strange creatures and abducted people. They, too, were searching for Soul Edge, or so it was said. It should have had anything to do with him, and yet for some reason, he felt like he couldn't ignore it either. Alright, so where am I in Yoshimitsu? Okay, so he is... Okay, so more or less, like, continuing along. Alright, let's do it, Yoshimitsu.
You had best leave now. You are the last one.
Thank you.
What am I doing? None of this will help me achieve my aim.
You! So, you are the one who freed our experiments.
Ah, there you are. I have been waiting. Your lizard man knew nothing that could aid me, so...
Why, you? Well, we have you surrounded. Happy now? Tear the intruder to pieces! He shall make an ideal sacrifice to Pelgaea.
God, Yoshimitsu, like, every cutscene Yoshimitsu is in is just constant fighting. What's up with that? Alright, let's do it.
Yoshimitsu!
A lizard man sword samurai. Interesting.
Now! Yoshimitsu!
Oh god. So long, dude. Ha! The tail just like, I'm dead.
Fight!
Cold Priest. Awesome. Oh god.
Poison from dawn.
Oh god, man. And here it goes. Alright, just step a little bit closer there, dude.
See you in hell. Just watch. Stay down.
Oh god, I just got like my sword. God. Sorry, dude, but you're all used up.
Tell me, who has Soul Edge?
They call him Nightmare. The vanguard of High Priest Kumpetku is waiting for an opportunity to strike.
Final question. Where is this Nightmare?
In Europe. Rhyme. What have you done to me?
What? My powers!
I have failed! Pelgaea! I offer you my body! Death shall be sweet release!
My blade is clouded by the evil it has absorbed. Have I overused its power?
Probably. Yoshimitsu? Probably. Yoshimitsu 5. Is revenge the answer? Yoshimitsu made it to Europe, where the rumors of Soul Edge were said to have originated. While searching for Nightmare, the current owner of Soul Edge began to feel his mental state deteriorate.
This must be his doing. Such cruel. Wherever the Azure Knight, Nightmare treads, only darkness and the stench of blood remain. His relentless evil makes me sick. My determination to avenge the slaughter of my clan has not faded. But does that not make the Azure Knight and I one and the same? Is this what my clan would want after suffering such bitter deaths? Is my soul now clouded like my sword? No, I cannot allow the flame of vengeance to fade. I cannot.
Ooh, okay. Yoshimitsu 6 in Cursed Land. Yoshimitsu's long journey finally saw him reach Nightmare's castle in Oceanburg. However, Nightmare had already been defeated, and Yoshimitsu instead found himself face to face with a young female warrior boasting a power clear and pure. It's Sophitia!
The evil aura. It belongs to you, does it not? Did you come here in search of Soul Edge too?
Yes, I need to avenge my clan. Young lady, if you know anything about Soul Edge, tell me.
You bear a strange power. But it has no effect on me. I am protected by another, and by the gods. If it is evil you seek, I shall have no choice but to stop you.
Yoshimitsu, no! Not against Sophitia! Dude, I'm loving all this dialogue. This is great.
Battle 1. Fight!
How's this?
Wow, I just got kicked in the dishpan. That's messed up.
No! Pardon me.
Alright, now that you got a good kick in the dishpan, woo woo woo.
Sword spin unleashed!
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
No escape! Yoshimitsu!
I went for a grab that I couldn't do. Gotcha. Sorry, love. Whoosh! KO. I'll take it.
Battle 2. Fight!
Ow.
Yoshimitsu! Now! Here I come!
I missed!
Pardon me.
Golly, I just got stabbed in the face. Oh, God. Oh.
Ready?
Oh.
Oh my!
God in the face. What a... She just stayed there and, like, allowed me to do that.
KO!
Sorry,
Battle
Sophitia.
3. Fight!
God, I just got kicked hard. Got her.
What's this?
Get there!
Oh, God. Oh, No! She caught me again!
Pardon me.
Ninja Sunflower!
Got her now.
Deliver me your soul! Bitterness! Thou shalt have no mercy!
What in the world was that? Oh, jeez. Sorry, Miss Sophitia, but you're out of here.
Such power. However, I sense more to your sword than just anger. There is sadness and confusion.
You know how to read minds, too?
Even without such power, you can tell much by someone's eyes and their voice. Revenge. Is that what you truly desire?
What is it to you?
Can you not answer? I am speaking to your soul.
I do not know. I do not know anymore.
No! Cast your sword aside!
Jesus. Yoshimitsu 757 AD. The evil inside Yoshimitsu's sword reacted with the evil energy in Oceanburg. His blade was transformed into a siphon of pure malevolence, which began to eat away at Yoshimitsu's soul.
Tonight, the demon runs wild again. Who are you? You wish to know my name? I am the demon of the sword. Hatred is my purpose, and blood sustains me. I see. I know your name. My name is of no importance. I shall take your body and use it to reduce this world to ashes.
Uh-oh, and so it begins. Is it Yoshimitsu versus Dark Yoshimitsu? Is that what's about to happen?
Battle 1. Fight!
Ooh, sword demon. Okay, that's messed up.
So vile.
Jiminy Christmas, that hit all over the world.
How's this?
The thrust. Got him. Got him. See ya.
Battle 2. Fight!
Wait. Oh, I was gonna do that move.
How's this?
I just threw him in his face.
Sword spit, please!
Got him, see ya.
Battle 3. Fight!
Here comes Boosh! No, I just got done doing this too. Okay, this is not going great. Come on, get in there.
Quiet! From dawn! How's this? From dawn!
Oh god.
Ninja Sunflower!
My That's our boost! Got him!
Deliver me your soul! So vile!
Got him! I'll take it! Woo!
Why do you resist? I shall grant you what you desire. Enough. You are not the demon of the sword. You have another path open to you. Your name is Yoshimitsu. Now be silent.
Good. You finally come to.
Where am I? Oh, you. I'm in your debt.
Do not reproach yourself.
No. I was weak. I lost my way. Only the thought of another's death kept me going. But never did I discern what I was becoming. I must walk the path of benevolence and justice. If I protect the weak and crush evil, none shall ever again walk that wicked path I took. That is how I shall avenge my clan. My people, watch over me as I battle for justice.
Wow! His was it? God, Yoshimitsu's
The
done.
names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
Wow. Yoshimitsu's is done and done. Alright, well, see you later, Yoshimitsu. He acquired the Manji Ninju Prodigy. Wow, alright, so long there, dude. Alright, so there's Geralt of Rivia. Alright, so so Hilde is all done. Let's see, what time is it? 7:21? God, I don't know how long these characters are. God, wrong bit. Okay, so wow, Yoshimitsu is like all said and done. 1582 to 1587. So like, okay, so yeah, he got done right after the main story. Alright. I am like so scared to try out Valdo. The Secret Money Pit. Nightmare. God, I'm pretty sure Nightmare is like forever. Songmina, want to do her later. Ivy. The Fall of the Valentines. Yeah, I want to do Ivy later. You know what? Let's, golly, man, all these characters just sound so good. Alright, I think I want to do, like, Geralt later on. Okay, so this is Amy, her perfect fold. Right, Amy is the adopted daughter. You know what? I think I just want to do Talon. I want to get Talon. The last priestess of the wind. Let's get her out of the way. Talon 1, 1589 AD.
In a remote corner of lands to the east, there is a village of wind worshippers who live in harmony with nature. Talon was born into a family of shamans and raised as the last priestess of the winds amid the encroaching Western civilization that threatened their way of life. Due to her great sensitivity to the spirit world, Talon was heavily affected by the evil seed and nearly died. As time passed, Westerners began to visit her village, and one happened to bring with him a certain metal shard. The elders who saw this vitality charm instantly realized it was dangerous, for it was a shard of the cursed sword, Soul Edge.
Interesting.
Such an evil aura. This must have come from beyond the currents of the winds.
It is far from where it belongs.
It could end up influencing those nearby, altering their destinies.
Long ago, I sensed an aura just like this one.
Oh?
And I have a feeling that this shard isn't the only one that's fallen away from where it belongs. It must be returned to its rightful place.
I agree with you, but...
I sense it belongs in a faraway place. Please, let me take it there.
No. You're the last priestess of the winds, and the world is in chaos. If you were to leave this island and lose your purity, there would be no one left to praise the winds.
But...
Perhaps her journey could bring her closer to nature and amplify her purity as a priestess. Don't you think that's just as possible?
Father...
I agree with my husband.
Sanput, Liddy, your opinions are not without merit. Still, I find myself hesitating. Eldest one, will you not give Talim permission to leave? Elder Kalana.
Talim, think about what your name truly means.
She's gone. I see. Talim, you'll have to wait a bit longer until you get official permission.
Okay.
The eldest one is not as sharp as she once was, you know.
Or is she?
Listen to the pot call the kettle black. You said it.
Alright, so, Talim. Talon 2, Dancing Blade. Regardless of the commotion surrounding the metal shard, Talim still had to fulfill her duty as last priestess of the wind. Accordingly, she returned her focus to practicing ritual sword dancing with the village of the Wind's deity's priests.
Such a nice breeze.
Indeed. Once you've finished your sword practice, you should hike to the mountaintop.
Great idea.
Now, let's review your lesson once more. Are you ready, Talon?
Yes!
Oh, is this gonna be a battle? So this is years after.
Fight!
Oh, hello, Paula.
Don't get up! Stay back! Don't get up! Toe! Come on! Wind! Here I go!
Good lord. Okay, so... Good lord, that was dangerous.
Don't get up!
KO!
Got her. Sorry, love. I win this round. Do.
I think that's enough for today.
Thank you so much for your help.
Talim. Is Talim here?
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have a problem.
Oh, that's not good.
The amulet. I can't find it anywhere.
What?
Not even my divination techniques can locate it. Did you happen to sense anything?
Now that you mention it, I can't sense it anywhere.
Where could it have gone? I doubt this is simply some mischievous trick. Perhaps a foreigner carried it off. Perhaps we should be thankful it's gone now. No, there's no telling what evils it may brew in the future. We can't relax until it's returned to its rightful place. However...
Huh? Don't worry, everyone. I'll find it.
Oh, truly? Talim's determined. We don't need to worry.
Alright, Talim, let's go find this amulet that people were asking about. Talim 3 to Mount Macarin. Talim headed to the illustrious and holy mountain Macarin to train. In her heart, she held a faint hope that she might discover some clues about the amulet.
Thank you for making the long trek. Welcome, last priestess of the winds.
I am Talim. I've come from the village of the wind deity. I've come today to request that you teach me the techniques of mountain maculing.
Relax your body. Once you're finished practicing, I'll make some delicious tea for you.
Fight!
Here we go. Ooh, hello, love.
You'll pay! You'll pay! You'll pay! Come on!
Wow, that actually worked out. Wow, does that really...
No chance!
I missed that jump.
Amateur.
Oh, jeez. Wow, kicked her in the dishpan. Woo, woo, woo.
I'll summon a storm.
Hey-oh. God, sorry, love. I win! Talim wins this round.
I've never seen a child who was as beloved by the spirits as you. Looks like I don't have anything to teach you at all.
Thank you very much. Now, about the,
Oh, the amulet? If it really is as powerful as you say, I'm sure you'll find it in no time. You have great sensitivity to the spirit world after all. I don't think you'll have too hard a time.
I thought so.
Huh?
Oh, it's nothing. Thank you so much for your help.
Alright, Talim. Not bad. Not bad at all. 1590. Oh, we are now a year. So, that was in 1589. So now we're in 1590. A search party. Oh, 2 people. Search party. The villager children had gone missing. I'm so sorry. It was a long day at work, folks. I'm so sorry. What's more, bands of strangers have been sighted in the area recently. Some of them rumored to be violent. Before any harm could come to them, Talim set off down the mountain in search of the lost children.
I finally found it.
Oh, Talim! It's Talim!
You'll have to save your adventuring games for later. Everyone in the village is very busy right now.
A mischievous demon tricked us down the wrong path. It's true!
Demons are restless.
Whoa! I'm scared.
It seems they're in need of a little lesson.
Alright, Talim, get him! So is this gonna be a malfested or like an actual demon?
Fight!
Oh yeah, it's literally a demon. Ow. You got it, Talim, I believe in you!
Don't get up!
Oh god, I almost fell off.
Come on!
go, Tom. Woohoo!
Fight!
Does that guy have a paintbrush? That is a paintbrush.
Stay down. Don't get up. Lightning strike. No.
Got him. All right, I'll take that.
Fight!
Is that guy have a...
Don't get up.
What in the world is that weapon? It's like a piece of corn.
Atmosphere. I'm serious.
Wow, slapped him in the butt.
KO.
Got him, I'll take it. All right, there we go, lads.
Hey, tell him. Were the demons getting restless because of that amulet?
No, I think they're just agitated by all the foreigners around these days.
Hey, can the foreigners see the demons too?
No. Creatures of the spirit world can only be seen by those who are pure.
Wow. Huh.
Come on, let's go.
We're out of here, lads. Sorry, demons. Cacophonous creatures. Rumor had spread to the village of a vampiric creature appearing in the suburbs of a nearby town. Sensing her people's panic, Talon vowed to destroy the monster. Vampiric creature, huh? Well, is that gonna be Nightmare again? Let's see what's happening.
Each night it's more ill deeds. We're at wit's end.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
They've seemed especially violent as of late. Travelers have reported attacks. Be careful.
I will.
They're good at disguising themselves as humans. The thought of them transforming into one of us is terrifying.
Please don't worry yourself too much. Priestesses have the ability to see through disguises. Everything will be fine.
Alright, Talon, let's get in there.
Battle 1.
Oh, geez, here we go. Vampire, huh? Oh, jeez, here we go. Got him.
Thunder, roar for me.
Wind, guide me.
Boom, got him. All right, Talon's a lot more easier to control in this one.
Fight.
Oh, jeez, I spoke too soon.
Here I go.
Ow.
Wind.
What a jump. What was that? Oh my god, Rasengan?
Come to me.
KO.
That was...
Battle
okay,
3.
I'm so...
Fight.
Oh god. Okay, I could not do anything there. Oh god, the thrust! The vampire's killing me! Not again! Oh!
I'll summon a storm.
I'll summon a storm there, buddy!
Resound. Atmosphere.
Ow.
Wind. Hear me. Thunder. Roar for me.
God.
Thunder, roll for me! If I do this, don't
Got him! The boosh! Lightning strike! Boosh! Got him! Woo! Talon, that was terrifying in so many ways.
I had to get a little forceful, but you should be okay for now.
I knew we could count on a priestess from the village of the Wind Deity.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry that there's no way for us to repay you. We've no idea where the amulet is.
It's okay. I'm just glad I could help. Now, if you'll excuse me.
She's so grown up for her age.
That she is.
Alright. No amulet there. An innocent breeze. Talum 6. Talum had a strange feeling about the amulet, as though an opportunity was presenting itself. She made her way to visit Kalana, the eldest one who had also happened to be her grandmother.
Eldest one?
Oh, Talim?
Yes, it's me.
What a fine breeze.
Grandma, don't you think it's about time? Everyone seems really nervous, and I think I've proven myself to the village.
When did you notice?
When the amulet went missing. I mean, you're the only one who could hide something so powerful from everyone.
Such a clever child. Talim, I knew you already were powerful enough, but that wouldn't be enough to convince the rest. Therefore...
I know.
Aww.
I'm sorry for testing you.
It's okay.
This is so heartwarming.
My name means Sharp Blade. Even the last priestess has to face danger sometimes in order to survive. It sounds a bit perilous, but I like my name.
Talim. Go. You've earned the right to. You're the only one who can right such a wrong and return the shard to its proper place. But you must promise you'll return.
I know. I promise.
Aww. This is so heartwarming. Aww, I love it.
Such a nice breeze. As long as I have the wind, I won't feel lonely no matter where I may go. Grandma, fellow villagers, see you soon.
Wow, Talum's was short. And
the names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
Wow, Talum's was very short. Holy cow. Museum portrait, additional story, Talum. Wind dance prodigy. Holy cow. Alright, not bad. So that was them finding the last shard. Okay. Not bad. So with that being said, next. Wanna just get Baldo out of the way because I'm just not used to using him. Want to do something kind of sort of let Ivy. God damn, man. So I guess I can't use Aspel, and I guess I can't use Siegfried. I wonder what I have to do in order to use them. Interesting. Okay. What time is it? 7:44? Okay. Gang, I believe that I am going to stop here for the night because I need to get dinner ready, and vice versa for me. So, gang, thank you so much for tuning in. Was able to clear the main story, did Hilde, did Talim, and did Yoshimitsu. Wow, holy cow, I'm on a roll. Well, gang, until then, I hope to see you next time. And until then, gang, you all have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Probably tomorrow. So until then, everyone, good night.